couple weeks. We just had downtime. We were actually at home. We picked up in Texas. We'll get to more details on basically where we left off when we were stuck in Kentucky while our truck was in the shop. We're currently in Atlanta, so we had a little bit of time at home, and we were just tired, just flat out tired from everything. So that's why we're just now getting to the video. Hopefully moving forward, we can drop it once a week, drop a video once a week.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. Okay, so we left off in Kentucky. The truck that we had with the first company that we were with, it broke down on us. So we were there for 8 days?
Yeah.
Between waiting on parts, it being the weekend, and waiting more on parts. So while we were waiting on that truck with the first company, it was already our plan to move to, to transfer to a second company. So we were basically with this first company and the first truck until the second company, the company that we really wanted to work for, until they got a truck in. We had already been accepted, approved to drive for them. We were just waiting on a truck. So the first company where we were stuck in Kentucky, they're kind of like a sister company. They all know each other, so they just kind of hooked it up so that we can drive for the first company for a little bit, just until we got a truck with the original company that we were supposed to drive for. Does that make sense so far?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So our only issue when we were stuck in Kentucky is that when our new company that we're with now finally got a truck, they got the truck maybe 2 weeks earlier than we actually planned. So at this point, we were running out of money, and we had to figure out how to get ourselves from Kentucky to Ohio to pick up the new truck with the new company. We had no idea what we were gonna do. Then it just so happened, the next day we got a call from the current company, and someone had abandoned a truck and they needed it recovered, and it just so happened to be located in Kentucky. An hour or a couple hours away from us?
Yeah.
From where we were. We were in Bowling
Almost
Green,
2 hours.
and the abandoned truck was just outside Louisville. Yeah, just outside of Louisville. So we finally got the first truck with the first company. We got that together. We already told them, okay, the new company, they called us, they're ready for us. They're like, okay, fine, we need you to get to another part of Ohio. They're all kind of based out of Ohio, both of the companies. Yeah, I think that summarizes it. So we take the first truck. After it gets out of the shop, they tell us we're good to go. We drive from Bowling Green to just outside of Louisville. We pick up the second truck that needed to be recovered and brought back to our new company. It was their truck, not the old company. I hope that's making sense. So at this point now, we're both driving a truck. I'm driving the recovered truck. It was not fun. They already kind of told us what to expect, that it probably wasn't the cleanest. So I was kind of terrified. I didn't know if it was going to be any kind of animal feces, urine, or anything like that. I didn't know what was going on with the truck. It was pretty gross, but it's not like we had to spend a night in it or anything like that. So we take the two trucks. We're following each other. I'm actually following Quana. So the truck that I was driving, the recovered truck, the abandoned truck, even though we did a pre-trip on the truck, it must have been leaking coolant at some point. So as we're driving, heats up, shuts off on the highway at night. it was terrifying. Like, I just, so I'm by myself. I'm trying to call Quanah. I think the signal was bad over there. Like, it was all bad. I'm trying to call her, like, hey, stop, I'm over here. So finally I got in touch with her. She told me that there was a stop, a truck stop, like maybe a mile. So I think it cut off on me like just one other time, but other than that, I made it. We bought some coolant, put that in, and then we made it to our second destination, which was where were we at that point? We got the truck, and I think we just stopped somewhere before we finished our drive from Kentucky to Ohio. So
Yeah, I don't remember where we stopped at though.
yeah, I don't remember either. So we have both trucks. So we get up the next day to drop off we're dropping off the recovered truck in just outside of Columbus, basically. So the original truck that we had just gotten out of the shop, that one has the same issue again, and it shuts down on us. Even worse than before. It shut down way quicker than it did before. I think we were able to drive at least like 30-40 minutes before it would shut off again. This time it wasn't having it. So this is the truck that we had to get back to the original company, and their headquarters was basically in Medina, Ohio. So it was like, what, a few hours away from Columbus, where we had to drop off the abandoned truck and also pick up the brand new truck. This is the one that we're currently in. So we worked it out so that we could just basically leave it at one of the dealerships in Columbus, because it was just too risky to take the first original truck with the first company and drop it off while we switched over to the new company. So we got that taken care of. They agreed. They made sure that we were safe. They were a good company to work with. We don't have any, horrible experience. It was the truck itself, but the trucks, they go down. Like, that's a normal thing, just like any vehicle does. So
that happens.
That wasn't anybody's fault. Hopefully they got it fixed for the next team that's in there. And that was that for the first company. So we got our new truck. We're done with we got the recovered truck for our new company. They were super appreciative. We were glad that we were able to be close by in order to help them, and it helped us too, because then that gave us a way to get from Kentucky to Ohio so that we can get our new truck with the new company. So that's that as far as where we left off in Kentucky, being stuck there, the recovery, and then we picked up the new truck. And you want to tell who we drive for?
We are now a part of the Highfield family.
Oh, can't see my shirt. Wait, can you see my shirt?
We work for...
I have a shirt. See my shirt? I can't see it, but it's a shirt.
We drive for the Highfield fleet. We are independent contractors. However, we drive their trucks. So we're super excited about that. And if you want to, if you're thinking about driving and you want to drive for Highfield, then just let us know. We can get you the information and so you can get started.
Yeah, that's pretty much all we can give you. It's brand new to us. We're brand new to the trucking industry, period. So I guess that can lead us into how we came across Highfield in the first place and why we decided to do trucking. I don't think we ever discussed that.
Okay. My sister was dating a guy who was a truck driver. I think he may have had his Class B already, but he was going to a company to get his Class A. And so we were talking to him about truck driving, and he was like, y'all can do truck driving as a team. and you know, the company will pay for it, and you know, all this stuff, and we like, wait, what? We could do it as a team. And he was like, yeah. So that started basically our research, and we just dug deep, and we went down a rabbit hole and was looking up stuff. We found YouTube videos from other drivers who were with the Highfield fleet as well, and so we started following them like on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all of the social media platforms, just to get more information. And it just seemed like a company that really aligned with the goals that we were looking for. The culture of the company is exactly what we needed. So we went with them, and I advise anybody who is getting into trucking, just do your research. Look on YouTube, TikTok. I mean, there's so much information out there.
Lots of information.
Yeah, and so that's what we did, and we chose this company, and we are so far very happy with it.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else? So yeah, basically even before that, because all this started back in October, is when we first had the idea. Like, we literally, once we had the conversation with her sister and the guy that she was dating at the time, like, we that same night started looking stuff up. Yeah, it was kind of a no-brainer type of thing. We were ready for some type of adventure. Both of our kids, they are adults. They're out doing their own thing. So I was like, let's try something new and try to triple our income. Yeah, I mean that doesn't hurt at all.
Right, and plus, you know, we really were interested in just traveling. So I mean, we get paid to travel, so like, you just can't beat it, and we get to stay together. So because we actually like being around each other. I know it's hard to believe that people want to be around their spouse, but we actually like being around each other. So this was perfect fit for us.
So let's see, we had our first run from Ohio. We were at a truck stop, a Love's truck stop, in Circleville, Ohio. From there we went to Colorado, right? Yep, we went to Colorado. Well, actually, no, we picked up in Piqua, P-I-Q-U-A, Ohio. It was off. Yeah, it wasn't far from there at all. And then we dropped off in Colorado. I'll be including some footage from that. But when we first drove in, we were aware that we were driving through the mountains. We were aware that the snow, the ice, the altitude. We drove through at night. I was the first driver. It was absolutely terrifying. It was terrifying. You could barely see anything. It started snowing all of a sudden. It wasn't a chain your tires type of event, but there were plenty of signs that let people know that, hey, you might want to start chaining up your tires, if you have them, if you choose to keep driving through. So they hadn't shut anything down yet. After many terrifying descents, I think they actually did end up shutting down the highway, but it was pretty much after we had made it through a certain section. I'm not good with my geographies just yet, but I do believe it was as soon as we came out of Vale Pass, so before Glenwood. I know other truck drivers are very familiar with that area. So we finally get to our destination. I almost didn't even feel comfortable stopping in the middle of the night on the side of the road with all this happening. I just decided to just keep on going very slowly, like 20-25 miles per hour at some point. One really interesting thing that happened was we had gotten there was like a container. I had boiled eggs and it was some watermelon. We had gotten them from Love's. So little plastic containers. A lot of you guys probably already know what they look like anyway. So we're going down or either going up, I can't even remember, and we hear this really loud pop. I'm glad I didn't actually have to use the bathroom at that time because it probably would have been really, really bad. So we found out that because of the high elevation, it must have caused pressure inside of the container, which kind of made the top pop off. It exploded. It wasn't anything gross, like food didn't splatter anywhere, but because it was a container that we had already used it, so it was in the trash can.
It was so loud though. I thought it was like something with the truck.
I thought it was a tire. I don't know what a tire being blown out on one of these trucks sounds like, but you couldn't tell me that was not it. So it was just a lot that went on. I think this was our first official load that we actually had that wasn't messed up because of a truck going out or anything like that. One thing that did happen was we were kind of late. We now know that everything that's done for the company is done on Eastern time, but we were going by the local time.
Which was
we just knew he was leaving early. He was going to show up to show out. Like, left 2 hours early just to find out that we were actually like an hour late. So everything worked out. The receiver, they were really cool and appreciative that we just got it to them. We did explain that because of the snow and being stressed out, like we had to pull over that night after we got to a truck stop. We pulled over somewhere safe and decided to resume the next day. But we still had enough time. If we had known about the Eastern time issue, then we definitely would have got up way earlier. So time management, I think, is another thing that we're working on. Yeah, what else have we learned so far? I wanted to make this a quick video just so I can go into content, but I'll cut it, chop and screw it and stuff like that.
That's the air. Gotta stay cool out here.
It is really warm. It's muggy today in Atlanta.
Yeah, time management, I would say, is like the main thing. I can't think of anything else at the moment. I'm sure we'll have a video of what we learned.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot.
Yeah, and that's the whole point of it, of us documenting, so that one will be able to have something to go back on, and so that maybe it can help anybody else who's interested. Like I said, we are not experts. We are totally green coming into trucking, period. Like, we went to school specifically to drive for Highfield. We haven't had any other trucking job, haven't had any other driving jobs outside of Uber. Yeah, so as we go along, we'll just drop gems and interesting facts, things that we've learned, that we're learning along the way. And then everybody else who's seasoned out there, feel free to comment, give us advice. We are extremely open to advice. I think that's pretty much it. I got some really nice videos. I don't think the videos really do Colorado any justice, but it's a beautiful place. The whole experience, being terrified, having egg containers explode, like, it was all worth it. The snow, yeah, all the little mini heart attacks and everything in between, like, it was all worth it. Because when we woke up the next morning to make the delivery, and we're literally, like, we're surrounded by mountains. It was just the most beautiful experience ever. So I'm looking forward to that some more. Other than that, we are on our way to New York, outside of Buffalo, New York. We've driven there in a car before, so we've kind of navigated the mountains over that way a little bit. Not experts. Never been to Buffalo, never been over there on that side of New York. So it'll still be a really, really interesting first time experience for us. And another thing I'm really excited about is hopefully being able to fish there. We'll be right on Lake Erie, I do believe. So that would be a nice way to bring in my birthday. I turned 40 on Saturday. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where I'm at on my birthday. I don't have any plans except for wherever we happen to be for that weekend, and just finding out what other cool things we might be able to do in the area. We might be in a small town, we might be in a big city. We don't know, but that's the exciting part, I think. That was a lot. I feel like we left something out, but there's so much to talk about. The pickups and drop-offs, they have been super, super easy. We've had our mentors with us along every single step of the way. They're super thorough, super supportive. And that was another thing that we liked about Highfield, is the mentor program that they offer. And they offer it to everybody, regardless if you've been in the trucking industry for 20 years or if you're brand new like us, because there's this part of the trucking industry is totally different from, I guess, the regular 18-wheeler type of trucking job. So this is the only one that we know, so I guess it's easier to kind of mold us into industry experts from here on out. So hopefully one day we can become that industry experts. So I think that's it. You got anything else? Okay, because we're waiting on the shipment now. We're here super early. We stopped, we ate. We were gonna go back home. We were actually like 2 minutes away from our house when we got the message. So we decided to eat at a Chinese buffet. It was pretty good. I liked it. Nothing super fancy. And we pulled up on the shipper. Of course, they're not ready, but we were like 2 hours early. So I think we're gonna try to take a nap and go from there. And then I'll be working on getting this video up for you guys, because surprisingly, we've actually had some interest right away. I thought it would take a while for us to get a few people interested. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Okay, bye. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
No.
Hello, this is Love's Travel Stops on a recorded line. I can help you right away with emergency roadside service. Are you calling to me?
From the front of the truck, everybody knows what the front of the truck basically looks like. This curtain is on this track and it'll go all the way around. Then there's another one right here, so we can keep the sun out. They got those two areas that just have what's in here, manuals, a couple of other things, a stress ball, tissue, pins, stuff like that. Then on this side, the passenger side, work gloves, what do you call this? Not inverter, but this, power strip. We have a TV. We get direct TV paid for by the company. Got DVD player. I doubt that we'll ever really use that. But we can sign into our Netflix. I think you can sign into Prime. What else? YouTube, Hulu. Yeah, all those. So that's helpful. Of course, they don't pay for that. It's your own subscriptions. They only pay for direct TV. Got a window, opens and closes just a little bit. It's not like a full up-down window. Actually, I could just show. I haven't opened this one yet. Am I doing it the wrong way? Yes, I am. There we go. Usually it's righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, but that's how that opens and closes. That's how all of them, except for the ones in the front, of course. So we got our main seasonings there. Here is the countertop and sink. We do have hot water, which is operated by that water pump right there. We just turn it on when we need it. APU controls AC, heat, all that stuff. We're still playing around with it, learning how to adjust everything to our liking. So small little learning curve on that. This controls the lights. Got more seasonings and other supplies in there. Let's see. And we got a potty. We got some more cleaning supplies up here, laundry stuff, trash bags. That's a water heater right there, trash can. Simple. Window on one side, cup holders. There's a small little cubby space right there for some storage. So Quana has one, and I have one on the other side of the bed. So it's set up pretty much the same way on each side. This does flip up the bed to reveal the table and the seat, but we have a whole bunch of dirty laundry up under there right now. Got more controls for heat, AC, fans. We have a rooftop AC. There's an exhaust fan. Let's see. We'll go back over here to the kitchen area. There's just some manuals up there. We have a little plug-in skillet and a crock pot and some other miscellaneous kitchen items. This is where we have our clothes, and these two bins, two for her, two for me. Some stuff to do some more recording, camera, stuff like that, books. And so behind, this is another bunk. We don't have a mattress up there. We could put one if we wanted one, but nobody's gonna be up there. This also can go up and down if we wanted like more headspace in this area. This is what we have for right now. We've heard of other solutions and situations, but we'll just figure out what works best for us as we go along. We have our Wi-Fi box tucked in back there, and then along those they're just these little snap pin things. You can just unbutton them, and I have extra clothes back there, like swimming gear, some of my fishing shirts, and winter stuff. Over here is I have like what do you call it, first aid stuff, medicine, things like that. And then pretty much the same thing in here. Just some personal items. I got some other stuff stored back there. My PlayStation and a printer is back there. And then just some other office supplies. Then we have the refrigerator and freezer. So we got a freezer and fridge. Temperature controls. Then we have pantry. And then lastly, a closet where we have our shower bag, shoes, and jackets. And so that's pretty much it. Ceiling lighting, plug lighting. There's plug lighting up under that top bunk too to give us a little bit of light if we needed it.